全球的英雄联盟粉丝们，大家好，欢迎来到上海梅赛德斯奔驰文化中心，一起见证2025全球总决赛8强赛。瑞士人阶段已经结束，从现在开始没有第二次机会。上海，让我们热烈欢呼，迎接首场8强对决，真纪对阵 HLE。
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to World's 2025 Knockouts, where we begin with some familiar faces facing off against one another as we have a repeat of the LCK finals. Gen.G taking on Life Esports, and it feels wrong and right at the same time. I'm Atlas, I'm joined by Chronicler and Vedius. Gentlemen, can Life Esports rewrite what has already happened?
I absolutely think that they can. I think that the potential that they've shown at this World Championship by no means puts them as favorites coming into this matchup.
He's liked this into the Corki quite a lot as, okay, Keen. This is fantastic because it's not only a decent matchup into a tank as, okay, wait.
Pantheon support?
It has to be, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, Pantheon Sejuani is insane because you can use the Empower W to immediately proc the Permafrost with the extra autos. That's something we haven't seen for the longest time though, but clearly a prepared response. There's also the fact that Keen... Yeah, that really does feel like we are both seeing... We know Keen can play Aatrox, but it's not one of his necessarily preferred champions in the current meta or recently. So because Gen.G doesn't really play towards the top side as much as many of our other teams. And Peanut can follow up, he might be in some trouble at very least. Would have been forced to flash, but not going to be the case.
Yeah, a little bit of a scuffle here towards the bottom side of the map as Viper down to 100 health. Ruler standing his ground. Will be able to push Delight away as his support's backing, but he's looking for first blood. It's not going to happen. But still, I think Ruler has sent the message.
Free autos you do afterwards, immediately proc Permafrost, so Keem needs to be careful.
Yeah, let's see whether he's going to survive. This is 3 versus 1. I don't think he's looking too hot in this one, and down will Keen go. First blood over to the Rek'Sai, and Zeus is on the board.
Has his Prio in mid, roaming up towards top.
As comes out immediately, and they're looking to hold them in position. Duro gets into the shapeshifter, but there's a seismic shove. Viper picks it up, and it's 2-0 for HLE. So let's see whether they can actually start doing that, because so far they're down about 1,000 gold. HLE trying to get some grubs here, as it is going to be first one taken away by Peanut. Standing in the back of the pit, wondering whether they want to fight for this or not, as you've got Zeka rotating over the flash forward from Delight. He gets the stun, the seismic shove on it too, as Zeka is put in the prison, but he does not care about it. Canyon trying to get himself out of there as Viper's still at full health, and Ruler finally will show up as we've got to fight towards the bottom side at the same time. This last crab should belong to HLE. As you can see, Ruler getting himself out of there, and in the meantime, this battle's still happening here on the bottom side. Keen and Zeus just utilizing all of that region and their kit to be okay. That's a... What? The arcade ship for? That was insanity here from Duro as his clone goes down, but he survives. Gen.G don't find too much joy with the True Shot Barrage, and it's a lot of jockeying for position. Delight in a good one of those, as we can see. But he flashes for it. He knew that they were coming, and Canyon gets himself out of there. Glacial Prison not quite getting too much done here, as Zeus going to have to tunnel his way out. Shelly had reset, but it looks like Gen.G have claimed control of the area.
And there you see, the trigger pull doesn't work, and Life need to either let this go or look for a re-engage.
Well, let's see what they can actually make work here as Zeka goes in, puts the wall down, gets out of there pretty quickly, as we do have the Rift Herald going over to Gen.G, and now they're looking for Zeka in the back of the pit. He didn't want to use the flashes. Now Canyon could be in a bit of trouble. Viper flashes away, but it's Zeka that's in trouble. Keen gets his revenge as he takes down 2. This Aatrox just bursts to life at 16 minutes into the game, and Gen.G, I don't think they really cared about this whole Pantheon support thing.
The hesitation for Life, because again, I think their comp stands or falls by the first second of the fight.
As, hang on, HLE are looking for a counterplay of their own as they set the sights onto Keen. I don't think this is an easy dive.
Yeah, this Sundered Sky item is pretty good, as we do see everyone making their way down. Diving in Aatrox has been hard, but with all of your friends, you can take him down.
Okay, you got Aatrox. Look at top lane, though.
No, don't look at top lane.
Look at mid lane.
Don't look at top lane.
No, I think they should.
Yeah, no, you're right. The play was, they did manage to do what they wanted to do. Unfortunately, the fallout is kind of insane, as this is an inner turret falling down, and the outer in the mid lane as well, which some would argue is even more important, as now Canyon has found Delight. Lots of damage as the double Cyclone does come on in, and Ruler is there to back up the Monkey. Canyon being really active here in this mid game.
Actually, nicely done there by Canyon. They will get the Humble Life with that play being extended towards top, get a inner turret themselves, which means that Gold still ends up basically the same place where it begun at the whole start of the play. But the mid lane turret is such a crucial objective as Ruler.
In the Ruler spot here in the mid lane, will get knocked off. There's the permafrost, and that is the chain CC that we were talking about. They pick up their prize, and HLE, I think as long as they have a target in mind, they will kill it. Yeah, and there's a lot more of it now with all of these structures hitting the ground. Zeus looking for Chovy here, but he just walks his way out. There's the ulti to start this one up, but the ult from Peanut is not going to put Chovy in prison. He will get pushed out of the way as there's the flash forward, they get the knock up, there's the permafrost, and I guess you don't need to hit your R button if you've got a whole bunch of others.
And Chovy was confident in the 1v2, but there was 4 people there! So that might just be Otacon!
Quite frankly, Chovy was just flat out disrespectful.
Nico's searching out, but you can see Zeus looking to get on top of Chovy one more time. This dragon down to about 4.5k as Peanut goes in, finds the Glacial Prison. This time, but the Bomb Blossom is too good! As Duro will be able to even get the kill on his opposite number. HLE falling down left and right, and it's Keen once again on an onslaught, and Viper Life Esports, he will be the last one to go down, and it's a triple for Ruler.
Out of the fight, and by funneling into the dragon, they made it so much easier for Genji's AoE to do damage to the entire lineup of HLE.
Sundered Sky, and there's an Aatrox on the enemy team, so that one's a no-brainer.
Prison goes down, but the Cyclone hits 3! The wall comes in from Zeka, but is he too late as Peanut is just getting himself the heck out of there. You can see Zeus, he's getting very low, and now Keen is looming on HLE, but they hold them at bay. HLE, they have to get out, but at least all of them manage to.
With the Hex Gates, the rotation can be quick. Chovy!
Oh, Peanut reacted instantly, but it wasn't quite enough. Chovy makes it home, but now they know where he is, as they do manage to clear out some vision around this barren area, but it looks like HLE not going to be pulling the trigger just yet. I thought that they were going to go for a sneaky one, as they are indeed. Duro moving in, pretending to be Ruler, as we can see, as they get full vision of this Baron. It's going down pretty quickly as Zeka will make his way over. Teleport in from Keen as well. Let's see whether they can take this Baron, because this could be a difficult team fight. True Shot Barrage goes through Peanut, locks down the Baron. Delight is so incredibly low, but he had the shield for so long. They get rid of him, but can HLE keep themselves alive? Viper cannot, and Genji will get the punish, but they keep the Barons on the map. Goes underground, senses what's going on. They clear out the way, but it looks like the dragon is going to be started. Zeka gets himself over. Let's see whether Peanut can do it again. The Pop Blossom comes through, lands on top 4, and Delight once again goes down instantly. It's a trade of supports as now Ruler is free hitting the Realm Walk just to zone Zeka away. They do manage to get 2 though, and there is the root. They get the knock up. Chovy goes down. Ruler is still standing though, and it's a triple for Viper. He wants to pick up that quadra kill, but mainly they're just happy they won the fight. Zeka gets back in, and with a full health bar, I think they should be able to get rid of Ruler here, or at least push him away.
For me, so many highlight moments in that fight. The start, him getting a double knock-up meant that Aatrox can be such a nuisance in the fight if you have to use your cooldowns on other members, but he actually went down to like 30 HP, so he didn't get to play the big drain tank, as we're still going!
Yeah, Peanut going in, looking for more power. Once again, it's 4! True Shot Barrage there as they try and keep Ruler out of the fight, but now he's in there. Zeus at full health though, as Peanut going down so incredibly low, and Viper getting so much damage in the fight. Keen finds the angle, but Peanut has the Winter's Wrath, and now it's Zeus going down, Viper at 100, and Ruler will not be stopped. Looking for it, he flashes forward, and it's a double for the Ezreal, as once again he's left standing.
It's a bloodbath in the LCK Finals rematch. We've got 30 kills in in 30 minutes as it ends up being a 3-for-3. No objective will be converted, but what a statement from both teams. That fight, because knockouts from Zeka, knockouts from Zeus. He was doing his best to dish out what damage he could. The wall from Zeka as well was so impactful, making it difficult for Chovy.
8-4-4, this guy has been the linchpin for this team. I think if they're going to do it, it's going to be with him as Chovy just walks his way out of there.
Oh, and if he dies there, that's a free Baron. Home Alive might still try to make a play for it, but they know teleport comes in from Keen.
Yeah, vision absolutely everywhere here for Gen G as Duro makes his presence known. Keen spotted with the tremor senses. Canyon tries to get in there, but he just blast cones his way out. Keen has also found the knock-up onto Zeus. It could have been the mistake as he throws down the ulti. They look for a bit more, but it's Ruler that's dominating. And now it's a 4v5 in Gen G's favor, and they're looking for a Baron themselves. HLE, they do not want to let this go, but I think they might even have to as Canyon goes in, seismic shove. Not going to quite find it as Duro finds another Pop Blossom onto everyone that was left, and then it's mopped up by the Aatrox.
The Wombo combo is beautiful from Gen G as they hunt down the retreating HLE members. Canyon, the smite of the team, doesn't even care about being in the Baron pit. That wasn't their objective. They wanted to win the fight, and they want to win game one.
And it's the fact that the turn on Canyon doesn't work out. That blast cone saves his life. Zeus, as a result, is in an awkward spot because they don't trade 1-for-1. The entirety of Hanwha was trying to take down the top laner, and it doesn't end up working, and now Hanwha Live, just like that. That might be game one.
Yep, Peanut's back was stopped this entire time. Nexus turrets now lie in ruins as this. He's trying to protect it, but it does not work. First Nexus is claimed by Gen G. But man, that was a banger.
An absolute brawl in game one. We knew the objectives would be the thing that decides it, but my goodness, what a back and forth. What an excellent display of mechanical skill from both sides, and small decisions could have been the difference maker of who took game one.